Did he get a chance to download?
Yo, man, it's got to be that real hip hop feel, man. Get these levels right. All right, something like. You will now go back to when rap music had hard beats. When it was called hip hop.
Live in the Cipher! Wednesday night, gotta get it right. Live in the.
All right, y'all. You know where you at. You know where you at. Live in the Cipher. BCast One Radio. We're in the building today. We're gonna clap it up.
We had a little technical difficulties on that start video. I don't know what was going on.
Yeah. But welcome everybody. Welcome to another edition, the 420 Smokers edition of Live in the Cipher. And
I didn't even realize it was 420 till an old coworker of mine sent me a text with Snoop Dogg, and I was like, "Oh wow, it is 420."
Yeah,
I didn't realize it.
What does that mean?
Well,
it's the National Smokers
National Weed
Day.
Smokers Day.
Yeah.
Is that why? Isn't today the day it's legal in New Jersey?
It's been legal in Jersey.
Yeah, it's been legal.
Now you can sell it. Now it could be in stores openly smoked or something like that. I think.
Yeah, they're still working on it. I think it's like in the final stages. It might be legal already. I know they're working on the whole dispensary things. I actually have a customer who's actually in the process of opening his own dispensary. So he's been doing that for some time now. So
I hate to say it, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not a weed smoker. No offense. I'm a drinker.
Me neither.
But
I smoke cigars.
Still, like, let me say this: if we calm people down, we need it. Summertime's coming. You know, summertime's always become hunting season. People get mad quick because the world is going crazy now. We got some good stories for y'all tonight.
Yes. But before we get started, we're going to introduce ourselves. I'm going to start with my brother to my immediate right.
Of course, I'm Chill, Mr. Keep It Real in the building. What's poppin'?
I'm clap. Hey, Chill, Mr. Keep It Real. And my brother to my left.
Short Fuse, a.k.a. the Ghost.
I was a kid used to do that.
Let me give you. I just want to give everybody a little FYI too.
No problem.
Just because it's legal and you can smoke it, if you work for a private company, they can still test you and fire you for it. It's not like alcohol.
Really?
It's funny.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny you said that. I just, matter of fact, right before I came, I just seen an article.
Because technically, you can't go to work drunk. If you go to work drunk, they can fire you too. So it's like
That's a good point.
I forget what
I didn't think about that.
What city it was? City in Jersey. But basically, the mayor had said he doesn't care that weed is legal. If he finds out any of his officers are smoking on or off duty, they will be terminated.
I was told
there was
police
another
still
one.
can't do it.
There was another
That's what I'm
story
saying,
that
yeah.
somebody said
Yeah.
they weren't allowed to police people to smoke.
That they won't, right?
They will.
Oh, will?
There was another place I saw that said they was, and I was like, oh wow.
I guess it's going to depend on the municipality. Like you said, you can't go to work drunk. You know, you can't go to work high. So I guess same for the police. They're like, you know, I guess that goes. Actually, let me introduce myself. I'm Sumo. I guess that just goes to them thinking about the mind state of the officers, figuring, well, if they're out here getting high, how do I know, blah, blah, blah. But I think that's the least amount of thing that you should worry about. As a matter of fact, you should let them smoke.
And then it causes kind of a conflict, isn't it?
It is a
Like,
conflict.
I smoke, but I'm going to arrest you because you got some on you.
Yeah. Well, they can't. Well, they won't arrest you because you got it on now.
Well, you can only
Unless
have a certain amount.
I was just about to say,
Like,
unless you have excessive amounts.
It's certain legal limits that you got.
Wow.
Who's to say that they won't have that much?
Who's to say the smoking cop won't take some? Who's to say the guy might have more than that? And be like, hey, cop, here's a little bit extra. You take it off my thing. Like,
Good point.
but now a certain amount you can have. Like, you have 1 ounce of the dry flour, 5 grams of concentrates, resins, or oils, and 1,000 milligrams of edibles.
Okay.
So it's only a certain amount. So I don't think you can ride around with like a kilo of weed in your car and let it go.
Well, you know more than me about it, Feud. I don't know nothing about. Like I'm like chill. Like say I don't smoke. I never have actually. I'm 51 years old. And I've never smoked weed.
I love
and
it.
I don't think now that it's legal, I'm gonna give it a shot. I think I'll keep on keeping on what I'm doing.
I've always loved it. Like
Yeah?
I've always
Really?
loved it. I've always loved it more than drinking.
I see. I just learned. I know this man over 40-some years, and I didn't know that he smoked weed. I know you should drink Everclear.
Yeah, I used to
But
drink.
Damn.
I love smoking more. You don't have the same feeling when you at the end of the night. Like you won't wake up with like a hangover from like or nothing. It just feels good. And then I stopped because I got a job and I wasn't losing my job just to smoke some weed. No, so
Weed never done nothing for me. And no offense to all y'all weed smokers, just never done nothing for me. I didn't get goofy. I would just be like looking at people. Maybe it's a paranoid side, ready to fight.
To you, Jill.
I'd be like,
If you just
I get
stand-
tough when I smoke weed, which is stupid, but it's the
Oh,
truth.
you had the opposite. So instead of calm you down, make you a tough guy.
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
man.
and you know me, I'm chill. I don't really bother nobody. I mean, I always told y'all a story of Big Duke when I used to rap with this group, 90 Heads and Dreads. We had an opening performance at the Zans, and Duke knew me. He was doing the bouncing that day, and we smoked in a van going over there. You know, windows rolled up. Shout out to my man, Mr. Manshare, and man, we was high going over. When I got to the door, you know, Duke going through his procedure, you know, hey, what's up, guys? Come this way. I got to pat you. I was like, what the hell you patting me down for?
Oh wow.
What you doing? Now, I know him. He's my boy. And I'm like, and I see him sometime now. I'll be like, yo, man, thanks for not whooping our ass that night. I really
you
appreciate
still
that.
apologize? You still
Yeah, I
thank him for
do,
that?
because he, by all means, I was an asshole. I was an asshole. Man, get off of me. You know, doing the whole, what you doing? You know me, man.
I've never seen somebody
Yeah.
that reacted off weed.
Maybe they put something
I was
else
about
in
to
that
say
jug.
maybe it was lace, maybe it was something else,
Something else.
and that's another reason why I never.
Usually it mellows you out.
People
messed
gonna
with
get
that
mad.
stuff.
I can't wait to talk about that because we got that. Well, go ahead, P. I'm gonna let you lead into all
I'm gonna start
this.
off with this. So yeah, we're gonna get into some hip hop news. So we got Rainbow Clown Boy back out here in these streets talking slicks. So 6ix9ine angrily defends his snitch reputation, then drags King Von into the argument. And we couldn't pull up. Let me see if I could play it here so you guys could hear it anyway.
I heard what he said too. It really wasn't bad what he said as far
He
as
just needs to sit down somewhere. Like, shut up. Let me see if it'll play here real quick. Let me see. I know they ain't gonna see it, but they might.
You a millionaire. Put it like this. Look, hear me out. When you say, yo, bro, a rat put me on, a rat is in a fucking building, fuck a room because it's getting, this shit whole flooded with niggas.
Right.
I'm comfortable, nigga. Nobody gonna do nothing. Cause I'm telling you, I'm like this everywhere. Subtract him, subtract all these niggas here.
But you don't have to prove that no more.
Fuck, but hear what I'm saying.
You don't have to prove that.
I'm like this without them.
You don't have to prove
But
that.
hear me what I'm saying, bro. You said family shitting on you, right?
Shit it.
Yo, bro, you could starve, you could cry, you could do all of that, and the family gonna look at you like, I ain't my problem. Niggas struggle every day.
Niggas is mad because I'm eating.
No, but what happened?
A six-figure
But listen,
nigga.
but listen. A nigga with bread, a nigga that cooperate, a nigga who read it, put you in a position to eat, nigga.
Hell yeah.
A nigga who did, look, yo, bro, there's mad niggas that's hold it down, real niggas will never give my son an opportunity. Why? Because they look at him as competition. I don't look at niggas competition. Money didn't make me. It show me who I really am, nigga. This is really me without money, nigga.
And be yourself at
I
all
don't need to
times.
do this, nigga.
And be yourself
Yo, bro,
at all
what
times.
hold on.
That's
Yo,
the
what's
one
up?
thing I
Hold
love
on.
about you,
Hold on.
yourself.
How many,
be
yo, bro,
yourself at all times.
How many $1 million?
I'm done with that, man. Let me go back to
I'm gonna share something about 6ix9ine to me, and I'm people may not like it. Look, I'm a civilian. I don't claim no sets, no none of that. So I'm living by civilian laws. But a lot of what he says rings true.
What do you mean?
There's a lot
but I
of
see what you
dudes
mean.
that live that life that told.
No, that's true.
No, we know.
No,
Great,
there's
great
a lot-
people in the street. Great people. And there's some you don't know about. Great people in the street. When I
There's a lot
say
of people that
great,
read it.
legendary drug dealers told.
Yeah,
And they still are getting celebrity. They still looked at. And I read about them all the time, bro.
Let me say
People are still afraid of him. God rest his soul. Before he died, I was told Alpo, one of the most famous drug dealers between Washington and New York City, was walking around. All these dudes talking junk. Rat, 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 rat. When he walk in the building, hey, what's up, man? Yo, you back home? That's the way it worked, bro. There's a lot of phony crap going on with the gangsters lifestyle.
Let me say this. The streets is different. The streets are way different. The whole rat culture is the new culture now. You know what I'm saying? These jokers talk tough in the streets, get knocked off, and start singing like songbirds to get out. And even jokers we know locally. I've seen jokers go away and they ain't supposed to come home. Like, oh, you heard so-and-so home? I'm like, who? Who home? Yeah, so-and-so, I seen him. I'm like, that nigga wasn't supposed to ever come home again. Yo, I seen him. And this is like in a short amount of time. So you know, anybody who knows anything about the streets knows that when a joker who ain't never supposed to come home is home and in a real short amount of time, what that means. But like
Sometimes.
you said, ain't no some.
But all
ain't
the
no
time, that ain't the
some-
case.
Bro.
All the time that is not the case. Sometimes, and that causes people to get killed that don't necessarily need to be killed. I'll tell you, there was an infamous story in the Bronx years ago. There used to be a, and I'll say this public knowledge. It ain't really nothing to hide. There was a gangster called Pistol Pete who lived in the Bronx. There was a famous drug dealer out of New York City named Carlton Hines. He allegedly got into a beef with Carlton Hines. He murdered Carlton Hines. And this dude, Pistol Pete, was a murderer, infamous. And he started Sex, Money, Murder. That's the set in New York and everything. He had a homeboy, someone that was a friend in his crew, that he had murdered because the word on the street. Now, mind you, he ran and did dirt with the dude. Everything. And even some of his other lieutenants was like, I forgot the dude's name. Forgive me. But let's say the guy's name was JoJo, John, or whatever. Everybody on his set confirmed with Pete, I don't think John would have done that. And Pete ended up trying to get him killed. I forgot his name. There's a YouTube thing about it. And it's just infamous. Like, people just assume because you get home early, maybe you caught a break. Maybe your case, admissible evidence. Who's to say? I didn't do a murder I was supposed to do. You in the courts, they let you walk off stuff like that.
Sounds good, Jim. It all sounds.
There's
real,
a lot of innocent men
good.
that's dead, bro.
Yeah.
And a lot of men that been murdered off of thinking, pretense. You know, so that's all I'm saying. You're right the majority of the time.
Yeah.
But
my thing with this Joker though is like, come on, man, like stop with the tough man talk, dude. Like, so you went through all that, you know, with your set before, right? He was blood before, right?
Yeah.
Now I guess he's Crip because all he wears is blue and everybody around is blue. So like, what is you doing, dude? Like what? Like,
I don't even question him. I mean, I'm just gonna question the people
around
I hope the people
him.
around him aren't really in that life. I hope they all actors because you've seen like what the possible outcome can be.
Yeah.
So if you've seen if somebody shows you who they are and you choose to do business with them and
well, it's just that
if it happens again, then who's the one that's
I guarantee
handled the right way?
it's the same thing. It's business. He's paying,
Oh, of
even though
course.
he's saying he ain't. He's paying these jokers for protection.
And then he must have an album coming out or something's coming out. Cause
Well, I think he did.
pop
He
around
did
with-
just drop something.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
it's like
Yeah.
publicity. It's just to get himself out there, so he's back in the news.
Also,
People back talking about him.
so check this out. Everybody help everybody. The dudes he was talking to, Whack 100, who right now was notoriously was a member of the Bloods, of Bloodset in Cali, games manager. He had a lot of managing dealings with everything that's going on. Then you got Hassan Campbell, who right now allegedly at one point in time that's the one who was molested by Africa Bambaataa. He was a part of his name was Poppy, running the streets in New York. He had a thing. He's got a popular podcast, and then of course Academics.
Mhm.
Who is going to him and 6ix9ine are
Yeah.
good friends.
Yeah.
He's always been riding
I
with
think
him.
they butt buddies.
Yeah, they good people.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing, it's kind of funny that right now, this is Flash. What happened? Hassan Campbell recorded all of that stuff there, right? He also let loose a tape of him and Whack 100 talking on the phone before this meeting. He got Whack 100 talking about Gilly and Wallow. He got Whack 100 talking about Nipsey badly. And that
because
is the
he's
thing
saying-
that's going on right
He's
now.
saying he had a, according to the thing, he's saying that Whack 100 under fire for claiming he is in possession of a gay sex tape involving Nipsey Hussle.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
He
The
badmouthed
sex
him
tape allegedly involved the late Nipsey Hussle, another man, and the mother of Nip's son, Lauren London.
Wow.
In the recording, Whack talked about how Nipsey was effing with a nigga and claimed he was saving his career, yet he's paying a bump to fuck his baby mama with him.
And I don't
He
know
said
if
he's
that,
trying to use that. He also alleged Big U and Whack 100 tried to use the tape to extort London for 30% of Nipsey's estate.
Wow.
so and Whack has been prevalent on the airs recently. Either you love him or you hate him. But he also says some foul stuff. But here's what I'm upset about a little bit. Hassan, this is off the record. Why are you recording that and putting that out there? He claimed he was doing it to protect himself because a lot of people don't like Hassan Campbell.
Oh, okay.
But see, the game, all these are supposed to be quote unquote stand up dudes.
To who?
The streets. Because he also, and I'm going to say this real quick, we can move to the next one. Whack 100 show you how, I don't know, I like them for the entertainment. That's what I really listen. Again, I have no dog in the fight. I'm 51 years old. I'm ratting on everybody. I live by civilian rules. I don't give a fuck. You do something wrong, I'm telling. Especially if it's somewhere that my people or my family, if I see it, I'm telling. I'm a civilian. But at the same token, Whack 100 was one of the main ones that was pushing the Jim Jones thing, saying he's a rat. On his podcast, he basically calls people out for being a rat. I don't know, bro. As far as 6ix9ine, 6ix9ine is out. So he's just telling things, and this is why I'm not mad at him. If you were from the streets, you would be pissed at him. But for me, I think he's kind of like just putting things out there. I'm seeing it. He's saying all these things that he said has come out to be, I hate to say it, true. Now, the way he talks and presents himself.
Basically, what he should say is, he should say it like this: I ain't the only snitch out there. Don't be mad at me for snitching.
And that's basically what he's
basically
saying.
what he should be saying.
But that's what he is saying.
But stop talking tough. This is my thing. Like, he's talking like he can't be touched in these streets. I don't care how many people you got around you. I don't care. The top man of anything could be. Anybody could be touched.
True.
Like, stop
Very
talking
true.
like you that tough, and you ain't that dude. I'm not even out in the streets like that, and I could tell you ain't that dude.
True.
You ain't.
But
You
I'm
ain't
just
that
mad.
dude.
I just don't like. Why even ask him about it anymore? Like, it's everybody knows what it is. Everybody knows what that. Like, why is it even a topic of conversation anymore with him? Like, it serves no purpose to ask him a question about it. That's my opinion.
You know why? And that's a
Everybody
great
knows
point.
what
I
it
don't
is.
know why anybody even give him any airtime though.
'Cause they know the views that he's going to generate.
Yes, he is
And
entertaining.
and he says that. He says that himself. He knows that. You're right.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. The quote-unquote real ones are the ones that's bringing them in these situations. So not trying to be funny. Academics, that was on his platform. He don't care.
'Cause he knows
Academics
gonna
is getting
give him
views.
Yeah, exactly.
And
wanted
he is
that.
doing that.
That's his boy.
And that's
So
his man.
if
That's
you
his
want
butt
to
buddy.
ask anything, why is Whack and Hassan there? Now, allegedly, Hassan, like I said, I listen to all these dudes while I'm driving. Whack is part of this. I forgot the name of the podcast. But since he's gotten on there, he makes a lot of outlandish stuff. He tells people, no, we going to fight. We going to do, and I don't know. Hassan, people don't like him because they saying he phony too. You got all that. But could they be using 6ix9ine too to get their views up? Possibly.
Of course. I mean, if you got a platform,
Exactly.
and most people, like, you're going to bring somebody on because you know they're going to say something crazy or they're going to say something and people are going to tune in. And a lot of people are going to tune in just to hear what they say.
And one last thing, and I'll say this. when you know your true adversary is up for years, you're calm while they're gone. Now, here's the question. When 6ix9ine's allegedly the 9 trades that he ratted on, when they get out, will he be out talking all like he doing now, or will he be hiding?
But my thing is this: so did they arrest the whole
Probably got a lot of
9-trade set?
No.
No.
But a
Probably
lot
got
of them are young.
making
But
the call.
the OGs are the ones that's up. Shoddy, we all know the names. Mel Murder, and
I doubt he really be out there like that. I think he probably leaves when he going to do these interviews.
and he definitely got people around him. Like this, we portray, because I saw an interview with Little Reese. Because if you remember, Little Reese is from Chicago. He one of the Chicago gang members, right? The funny part about it that had me laughing, Reese now is doing interviews. He's an OG at 25 or whatever. He's an OG.
at 25.
What cracks me up is when 6ix9ine at one time was trying to talk like he was outside of O Block making all those videos. Reese said people seen the police around him. A lot of his videos was staged, especially when Shoddy and them started.
And then the time they went, like he was there like 6:30 in the morning. Like
Yes.
he came when nobody was
sleep.
out.
Nobody was there, but
Cause you ain't just going up on no block. Like go up there at
hell no.
nighttime. Like I watch these little YouTube
No.
videos of dudes. Right?
You're not doing
It's too
that.
many people, and they don't really care. Like
They don't really.
yo, there's a
they don't-
certain
they don't
level.
care.
Like
Those jokers.
certain towns, yo, they just like it don't matter who you there with. It don't matter what time of the day. If it's on site, it's on site.
It's on site. And the reason I think 6ix9ine had brought up, he always brings up people from Chicago, Vaughn and all them. I think because the situation, Vaughn was real. Vaughn was one of those dudes. And a lot of people don't know that. Like me and Ghost know. Vaughn was real what he did. And he, allegedly murdered a lot of people. Allegedly.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that. But he was about it.
He beat a couple of cases.
He
he'll
beat
tell you.
cases.
Yeah.
He about
He
it.
said that and say he beat some murder cases. And the sad thing about it, and it's like, it's so many youth in Chicago and everywhere who just,
Bruh.
I don't even want to say they caught up. You fall into a lifestyle because you feel that's the only way you can
And they idolize
manage.
it.
And
Bruh.
yeah, plus I didn't come from a background like that.
Yeah.
So I can't say what I would be if I had to grow up in this environment and this around me in this situation where it's almost like if you want to survive and make it out, you have to get down with somebody.
You got to get dirty.
It's sad when you feel like at these young ages, these people are putting down bodies and going away forever.
Yeah.
And their expectations is not to live past 21, 25. So
It's funny that you make that statement because I always wonder. I said to myself, who would I be if I would have stayed in Brooklyn, if I grew up in Brooklyn? Because I know the kind of guy I am, who I am, laid back, whatever, chill, but I also got a horrible attitude when I get mad.
and you never know when you put in certain situations. That's why I hate when people say, "Man, I would never do that." You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't really know what you're going to do until you're put in that situation, or you come up through that person's background.
Yeah. I just always wonder about that though. Like, who would I be if I would have stayed in Brooklyn? Would I? I mean, could my mind and my mindset would still be the same. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know I still would be who I am, but like you said, if my environment was different, if I was, you know what I'm saying, if I was
Pete,
still in the, like, so 'cause I have family in all the
You're
projects
right.
out in Brooklyn. I used to be in the projects all the time as a young kid. So if I grew up hanging, not necessarily living in the project, but if I'm hanging in the projects, around that type of environment or whatever, one, would I still be here? Or two, like,
Listen, man.
who would I have been?
Marvel has a TV show called What If, and it's an interesting dynamic. You change one thing,
That's all it
that
takes.
that could be the turning point.
That's what you like.
You might not have been Pierre Parker, the entrepreneur owning a business. You could have been a kingpin
Killing.
somewhere.
Exactly.
You could have been,
You come
whatever.
From a broken. You put yourself in the shoes. All right, you come from a single mother household, and it's you, your siblings,
You
your
got to
mom's
survive.
struggling. Y'all done got eviction notice put out, lights turned off, she's struggling, trying to make ends meet, and you got a quick way to make money. You tell me you're going to say, nah, I'm not going to do it. I mean, it's hard. You can sit back now and say, yeah, because you didn't come from that environment.
Yeah.
But if you sit there and see the one person who brought you in there who you love unconditionally going through it, your mindset's going to be like, I got to do what I got to do to help my mother.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, like I said, you never know. People's environment, man, it'll turn them into something that they're not. Because not everybody's born to be a straight. Not everybody's a sociopath. There's some people who are born to be killers.
Yeah.
Some people are born off.
Yeah.
Like some people are born psychopaths, sociopaths who have no feelings whatsoever. I mean, who are out there killing animals at 4 years old and puppies and all that mess.
With a smile on
who
their
turn
face.
into like the Ted Bundys and all these the crazy sociopaths. There are certain people who are born that way, but the majority of the people are not born that way, and they just end up getting into a bad situation
and
not knowing how to get out.
We got more, but I do want to say this too. Like I know some people now that I'm not gonna say no names, but I know a couple people that went ahead and got a gun license.
Yeah, I know a few people.
I need to get mine.
And-
so I keep procrastinating.
But I just say this, and I have no problem with anybody getting licensed. They want to protect themselves.
No, you shouldn't.
But what I worry about is do not underestimate what a gun does. People think this is the movies. Now I'm not saying nobody here. There are people who understand. It's not as easy as you think to kill a grown adult. You got the heart to pull that trigger.
That's what I mentioned.
Just because you got a gun.
Who said they want to get a gun from it? And I tell them, one, if you got kids in the house, where you going to keep it? I said, because if you're going to keep it in the gun safe, somebody breaks in, keep it in the gun. Is the safe going to be close enough to you where you can get to it and get everything open before the person comes in the house? I'll keep it in the drawer. Okay, what if you got kids who walk around who go into the drawer? So there's a lot of things you got to think about.
Yeah.
Safety definitely
and I said,
first.
and then once you pull it and point it at somebody, you better be willing to take their
Exactly.
life.
Absolutely.
I said, because if you pull it, you point it, and you hesitate, and that person's a killer in front of you,
Exactly.
you could be gone.
Yeah.
I was like, so I'm all for everybody who can legally obtain a gun. Go get yourself a permit, even if you don't go buy the gun right now. Go get you a permit to be able to get one, because it's a process. Because they're going to do a whole check. And if you can get a permit to carry, which is damn sure hard in New Jersey, you got to prove that you either transporting money. You might be able to because you're a business owner, but you got to say I transport money back and forth to the bank.
Which I do.
So it's not hard. It's harder for the regular person in New Jersey to get a permit to carry, concealed carry.
In New York, they don't even allow. Do you got to? Can you get a permit in New York?
Yeah, you can.
You can.
It's not easy.
It's super hard. In
Like
New York. It's
they're
harder
not
in New York
giving
than-
those.
Yeah,
they're not giving
those
concealed
out.
carry permits just to everybody.
Nah.
Now you want a concealed
Down
carry
south
permit,
is
you
all
better go
good.
down south. They might not even ask you.
Down south, you
They
probably
go.
don't care.
Matter of fact, go across the border into Pennsylvania.
Yeah, they probably it's a whole different ball
It's real
game.
easy.
But the laws. So let me just ask this real quick,
All
and
the
then, like I
laws are
said, we can
different,
move
state
on.
to state.
So if I go to Florida and I got a gun, that's why Plexico Burris got locked up. But I can't bring that gun to New York.
No.
If they catch me with New York, that's
you will go to
mandatory.
If you
jail.
move to
3 years
if you
mandatory.
move to New York,
Yeah.
you
Yes.
have to go through the process saying
Process.
I'm gonna apply for a permit.
Exactly.
Because there's no universal gun permit in the
Gotcha.
United States. They're
No.
trying to make it where
If
just
you
for
have it in
reasons
one
like
state,
Plaxico, because
exactly.
you're not breaking the law because you moved to another state and you're
Exactly.
transporting all your items with you.
Exactly.
You should be able to move it, but you might not get approved for a gun permit. Just because you got approved for a gun permit in one state, they might not give it to you in the next.
Gotcha.
So then but you have to go through that process before you try to bring that gun
Sure,
there
try to bring
because
it. Especially New York, you will go to jail. They will get you
Gotcha.
fast.
I know
it
it's
was
man.
a cop
you
who got in
3
trouble.
years.
It was some years ago. I looked the story up. He got in trouble. He had a permit to carry. Was it in New Jersey or New York? But he shot somebody on a bridge. But he wasn't in New York. He's in one or the other. He wasn't in the state. He's
Had to
either in
carry
New York or New Jersey.
Okay.
But he didn't have the permit to carry
In that state,
state, and he got in trouble because
you shot somebody.
he had a concealed weapon in the state. He hadn't license for carry it.
Wow.
It was something weird like that. I was like, wow, he was a.
Wow.
But yeah, I do suggest everybody go get their permits if you can.
Yep.
But be willing to use it. Like, don't be timid.
Yeah, it's not as easy as the movies to kill somebody, point a pistol, hit him in the
Because-
head.
What's that one?
Hit him in the head.
Who made that song? Was it Nas? Was it Jay-Z? It's Jay-Z. Remember? About the son and the father. The father had a son, didn't know who the son was, and they ran into each other on the street. and the son was trying to rob the father.
Wow.
And the son pulled the gun. Yo, this is a story. It's a great story. I'll pull the song up. The son pulled the gun on the father and looked at him and hesitated because he looked alike. Father ain't hesitate. Pulled his gun, shot him.
Yeah, if you're gonna pull it,
Yo,
I
gotta find this. I gotta find the thing. But the moral of the story is, if you're gonna use it,
If you're gonna pull it,
If you're gonna pull it, you better use it.
All right,
and then be willing to live with it.
We're gonna move on to the next thing. We want to say, rest in peace to one of hip hop's legendary DJs. DJ K Slay passed away recently, and he was battling COVID
For 4 months.
Wow.
for 4 months, and finally
Really?
came. I
Didn't know how he passed.
I knew he had. I remember when the story first came out that he had COVID and it had hit him bad. But I thought he had recovered. I didn't realize that he hadn't recovered until I heard that he passed away from COVID, and I was like, wow, I thought he was good. But it just goes to show, like I said, we had this discussion all the time about COVID and the effects of it and how it really hits some people and it don't. Like certain people, they get it and they don't recover from. Like what made me think even deeper about this is even like V. Like when V had it.
Yeah, you saw him put his he said he was,
For some months too.
When he put the video up, you could hear his breathing.
And he say still, still not right. So just we gotta
I've seen
Jazzy Jeff too. By the
who
way,
had long haul of COVID. The one person's like, it's a group I was following. She said she got it. She lost her taste.
Yeah.
Right. Then after that, everything she ate, drank, tastes like raw sewage. So now she can't eat.
Jesus.
Damn.
So basically, almost got her feed like through a tube. Like she lost all this weight. Yeah, it's like her taste buds are gone. She's like, they don't know, and they like, we don't know if it's ever gonna come back.
Damn.
Well, what's crazy? One of my regulars is the same. One of my regulars hasn't been to me in months on months on months, and she should come like almost every day. And she actually works at the restaurant next door to my shop. And my wife was there for a repast the other weekend. She was speaking to her, and she's like, "Hey," he's like, "Hey, I know I ain't been by to watch it," but she the same thing said I caught COVID, some months back, and I lost my taste.
Yeah,
and
my sister
I
lost her
still,
taste.
she's like, and they still haven't come back. She's like, and it was kind of a waste. She's like, as much as I loved the smoothie that she got all the time, she's like, I can't taste
You
it.
don't
She's
taste
like,
it, no.
Yeah, so she's like, I guess it's a good thing in some way. I lost a few pounds, but
I was joking with my sister about that. My sister had got COVID, right?
Yeah.
And she's like, I lost my taste and this and that. I was like, oh, well, it's the best time for you to, go on a diet and start eating some bland food. I said, because you ain't going to taste it. But she was without taste for like almost like a week or two.
So that's
and
not bad.
Then it slowly started to come back. Yeah, but I was like, some people are,
Months,
you hear some of the stories.
Months.
bro, it's this disease. It's amazing. Like some people hardly affected. Other people it takes down.
And this is, I get sick of talking about COVID because everybody thinks, because I have a degree, I have a background in science. Everybody thinks everything is so cookie cutter.
It's not.
Like, hey,
no.
this person got COVID and they were okay and they recovered. They recovered quickly. Their symptoms didn't get too bad. So it's going to be like that for everybody. No, because one, you don't know the viral load that person was exposed to initially. Because I could be exposed to a small viral load. So it's going to take it's going to take time for that to replicate and build up, right?
Yeah.
But in that time, your body is starting to already build defenses, which is why it takes around, you get a normal cold.
Yeah.
Be sick for about 7 days.
Yeah.
It takes your body that much time to build up the antibodies and everything to start fighting it. So then you start feeling better because your body's starting to overtake the replication of the virus. When you have a virus like this that's so aggressive and it replicates so
Quickly.
if you get a small viral load, you're lucky because your body can catch up. It's all about a race. That's all it is. Like, you should think about it. It's just a race in time. If you get exposed to a huge viral load and your body, I trust my immune system. You don't know how good your immune system is until it's pushed to the limit. Sometimes your immune system can't catch up. It's like you can have a good immune system, but it's just losing the race. And as that virus replicates, your body can't generate enough, and then sometimes your body goes into a hyperdrive, and then it's called cytotoxic shock or something like that, where you start producing too much. So it's a lot to it. So I hate when people say, "Oh, it's going to affect everybody." No, it's not.
You know what I hear a
it's too
lot?
many
And that just doesn't-
It's too many variables in between.
And that
so
goes
just
with
be
any kind of disease. So
yeah.
it's,
So
you
just
know,
be fortunate. But it with this one,
no, but I'm saying
We
for
did-
people to think it's going to affect everybody in the same way, like that doesn't make any sense with anything.
yeah. But but you don't hear nobody saying that about anything else.
yeah,
Like it's just this one because they done made this one so polarizing. You done took something that's a virus. It's science. And you done made it polarizing. And like I hate when somebody passes and the first thing they say was, "Oh, they weren't vaccinated. Oh, they were vaccinated. They got sick. Oh, they were vaccinated." I don't care. A human being lost his life, and that's the first thing that people want to talk about. Oh, were they vaccinated or not? It don't matter at this point. They passed
dead.
away.
They're passed
And
away
it's
at this
the
point.
vaccines aren't 100%. Nobody ever claimed they were 100%. It's just to help you try to fight, help you win the race. So instead of starting from zero, you already started with some antibodies there, and hopefully your body can keep up and win the race. It's not going to work for everybody because everybody's immune system might be compromised that you might not know about. And you're not going to know until you get sick. Same
know the
reason why
thing-
some people die from the flu every year. Because the flu, people think, oh, it ain't that bad. No, the flu's bad.
it is bad.
People
It
still
kills a lot-
die
it
from
kills
that.
a lot
a lot of people.
But see, people don't.
Every year.
But they never politicized the flu.
Exactly.
What I'm hearing now is a lot of people talking about, oh, well, you know what? I'll just get a bunch of Mucinex and everything. And I'm just like, you know what? If you definitely got COVID, I guess you take anything you can to help you. Take your vitamins and all that, vitamin C and everything. But don't be naive with it. That's all I'm saying. Like, take care of yourself the best that you can. Eat
But-
right.
We
and
are
try
a
your best to
nation.
make it.
And then we're gonna move on. And
Yeah.
I wanted to say,
Yeah. But I just wanted
it's
to say
sad
too,
that we
is
lose K. Slade,
yeah.
and his memorial is going to be at the Apollo Theater
Exactly.
this Sunday. I think April 24th. I
Yes.
believe that's this Sunday.
Yeah.
And I didn't know. I'll go back to what I was going to say before. And then it's sad. Like I start to know more about him after he passes because I know he was a graffiti artist in the beginning. And I saw people post like old clips of him showing his work and his rhyming. And it's like that's something like, yo, I didn't know his history was like that. And he was a good dude. Like, yo, he got respect from the West Coast
Yeah.
to the East Coast, down South, everywhere. Because they say, you know what? He was a good-hearted dude. He was
Yeah.
a good-hearted man. He helped everybody.
The Street Sweepers volume was incredible, bro.
He put a lot of people on.
Yeah.
I think he was the first one that got Papoose,
yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, back in the day, who put him on. So hip-hop lost a legend, man.
Yeah, man. They just keep
Facts.
They keep dropping off. It's getting real surreal. Well, a lot of people are passing, but it's like so surreal how many hip hop pioneers and legends that we've lost in these last couple of COVID years. Like it's been like really bad. Like,
Yeah, I can name a whole bunch. Kango Kid
Yeah.
from UTFO. That was
Kango,
Man,
Black
that was
Rob,
rough.
Slay.
Yeah,
Rob,
you see like his
Black Rob.
his kid on it. The video is like just heartbreaking. You see him playing with his daughter.
Who's
Like,
that?
yo,
Now, which one?
Kango Kid.
Oh yeah.
And like, yo, you look and you be like, man.
You know what
Like,
video
his daughter
got
ain't
me?
gonna see this kid. Like, that's daughter's little.
Yeah.
So now you're gonna have to grow up all these years.
What
If it was
video got
Fred the
me?
Godson?
Doc Ice came to see him. I was on his page, and it was just incredible when you see that Doc Ice kissed him. You know what I'm saying? Told him he loved him. That's how we are, man. You know, UTFO was a famous group, and because you didn't see them in the public because they were seniors, not seniors, a seasoned group. That's what I think you started that. You started saying that, P. I think I'm gonna start saying that. I'm not gonna call them old school no more. Seasoned, and because they're not in the public eye no more, people just tend to think that these dudes ain't friends no more. Every group that breaks up, still sometimes they might be broken up or their career,
Exactly.
but they still are friends and close and tied together forever. What else we got?
All right. So Future says he helped write certain Kanye West albums, but didn't get credit for it. Now, well, I'm not gonna say it's not true. So it probably is. So it says Kanye West called Future the most influential artist of the past 10 years during his explosive interview with Drink Champs last year. It's an honor Pluto doesn't take lightly. Pluto doesn't take lightly, as he also went on
That's
to
his real name, I guess.
execute producer Yeezy's Donda 2 album. So I wonder how many albums did he actually help out in? And do you see that? Do you see Future?
Right, I can see it.
Yeah.
Me personally,
I mean, I can see if they work together on the internet and they collaborated a little bit. I don't see a problem with it because it's not like Kanye can't write.
Yeah.
to me, it depends too. See, everybody is.
But what's the
is
problem
about
with somebody?
money.
If somebody in the room and y'all writing and they say, "Yo, I think this would be dope there."
But see, that's my problem. So this is the problem that I got
And if
with
that's
that.
it, do you really want credit?
We right now, right? Let's say we all in the studio. I came up with the track. I came up with the hook, right? And then all of a sudden, the very end, Ghost, you say, chill, put BKS is in the place. Put that in there. Now, that is a very, I did everything else. And the song turns out to be a multi-million-dollar hit. All of a sudden, you going to come in on an interview somewhere, Ghost, and be like, well, I deserve some of the producer's credit. That's why I would love to ask Norm that.
Well,
Would somebody officially be a co-producer if they came up with that little part and it was in my song?
that's like me saying because Viola wrote her hit classic "Little Girl." She actually wrote that on my keyboard. So it's
Really?
That's like me saying I should get producer
Yes,
credit
yeah,
because she used my keyboard.
Come on, man. I just think there's so much beef with that dumb shit.
But there is a lot of big name artists who probably didn't put a lot in and got writers credits.
Absolutely.
And that's the thing that I'm talking.
Yeah.
They got to be. To me, they should make it a
And
percentage.
then how big was the part he put in? Did he put in the hook? Did he put in the melody?
But he's saying multiple though. He's not saying it as
but
a
if he helped write the hook for multiple
situation,
songs,
yeah,
or do the melody for
Albums,
multiple albums and songs, worked on it, then
I would give a man his just credit. If he came in and we worked together and he did half and he came up with half, by all means, I'll be like, look, let's do this right down the middle, 50-50.
You know what?
Writer's credit.
Well, this is my question. Okay, so say I did it once, right? I did it for you, it helped you out. You didn't give me no credits, right? And then I did it twice. And you didn't give me no credits. Am I doing it a third time? Like how many times? So that's my thing. How many times? How many albums is he talking about? How many songs is he talking about? And if you knew you didn't get credit the first or second time, why would you continue to do it?
I want to know.
And now you want to put out
point.
something.
But I want to know how. At what point in his career did it happen?
Well,
So like
timelines.
was it in the early stages before he became like the big Future
College
who
dropout.
is,
Oh, that's what you're saying.
or was it after he became a star? Because if it was in the early stage before he became the person he is now, I could see him working on the albums just to be like, all right, I want to. You know what I'm saying?
There were some timelines in here earlier. It says Future and Ye connected for our one off the Atlanta Rappers 2014 album. There was something else earlier. I think he said maybe 2011.
Because that was just saying like
2012.
to me, that would go to-
2011. He said Kanye flew me to Paris in 2011 or 2012 to work on music, discussing his clothing line before it became his shoe business before it came. People don't know I've been able to go to his house, pull up right into the crib. We just never talked about it. So I guess it's going back to 2011, 2012.
Okay, now I don't like because I like Future, but I don't know like when he really got on to become
timeline.
Future.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't like going back to the answer to the question like why would he keep working? Because say he wasn't the Future who he is now.
Yeah.
Then you'd be like, all right, well,
Just like
I'm
Kanye
just
in
getting
his
on,
early
yeah,
days. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm gonna do what I gotta do. But if like say after a point, like if you become a superstar and somebody's not giving you credit, after a while you're gonna be like, nah. But that's why I want to know like when did it happen. But man, look, I respect a lot of these. Like Future got some hits.
Yeah, but I'm looking at a cover that got him on GQ says Future, the best rapper alive. Not coming like.
Is he a rapper
They
or a
be-
producer?
They be
He's a
pushing.
rapper.
He's a rapper. But they be pushing. They be pushing a
The
lot.
Future,
of
I mean, I don't know, but like that's always
reach.
gonna be debatable.
I have to listen more
Whoever it
to him.
is, I like him. I like him as an artist. He's the best rapper. Not in my category. Not who I would say. The
In
best
his new
rapper alive,
genre, he might
but
be.
he got some. He got some hits, man.
Yeah, he does.
I get him confused
Hey.
with who made the
He
slow
got some
song?
he got some great features, like with Drake. He nice.
I get him confused with my man from the group that produces a lot. Cardi boyfriend,
Party?
You're talking about Quavo.
Quavo. I get them,
Oh.
them confused. I like Quavo production. I like his production.
Man,
I'll tell you what I like more now.
Say Migos suck.
Well, I like more now. Lil Durk.
Oh, Dirk's dope.
Whew.
I'm not a fan, but he's dope.
Yeah, I went back and listened to some of Dirk's. I'm like, oh wow, like Dirk is
But-
nice.
As always with those Chicago dudes, man, there's a lot of subliminals in there.
Oh no, he getting a little better with subliminals. He ain't.
I
gonna be
like the song he
ain't gonna
made
be
with
like everybody
Drake.
else who put himself in, but Dirk is nice.
But I do like Dirk. He's good. He's good.
He know how to make some. He know how to make some good radio songs. I'll put it that way. Dirk is nice.
So moving on.
He crazy.
I'm sorry, I'm just not even good. I'm not gonna comment.
Yeah, 'cause that's not your group
not
of
me.
the music you listen to.
Do-
But I'm
do-
just saying he does some hits. For
Did
people
you pull
listening.
up the? Do you have the ASAP Rocky story? Because it's not on here.
Okay, I'll pull it up in 1 second. We can give him a.
Yeah. So
I pray
so
that's not
basi-
true.
Well, I mean, if it is, it's not coming good. So apparently,
He's been released anyway.
He was released.
We
Okay.
told the bond was $550,000, and we posted soon. That was at 1:30 this afternoon.
Okay.
So I'll go through the whole. This is on TMZ. Cops say ASAP knew the alleged victim. An alleged shooting happened after an argument between the two. LAPD says they worked to corroborate the info the victim told them about the alleged incident, which helped them identify Rocky as a suspect.
And so basically, what happened today? He was coming off a plane coming from.
He was arrested when he flew back into LA.
Was it the feds or was it state?
They worked
police?
with ICE and I guess whoever else they could work. Well, I forgot other people, the law enforcement. But it said law enforcement sources tell TMZ the arrest stems from a November 6, 2021 incident where an alleged victim claimed Rocky shot at him 3 or 4 times, grazing his hand. Unclear exactly where the alleged shooting happened. Rocky performed at Complex Con in Long Beach on November 7th.
I do want to say this. Go ahead.
I'm about to say on top of that, I don't know. I've heard some alleged rumors also that Rihanna was supposed to be leaving him.
No, they're not.
They're
That
not.
was untrue.
Okay, that was untrue. Okay, because of rumors.
Because they ran
of-
say he cheated, but yeah, that's not
Yeah,
true.
okay.
Even the girl the one that
said-
they say cheated with put out was like, yo, it's not true.
Okay,
Like,
good.
stop. Like,
Because I was gonna say that life is
Like,
about
yo,
to
why
get
y'all-
really, really bad for
And
him.
even the girl was like, why y'all bringing this up? Like, she pregnant. Like, well, that don't mean that's not true. Like,
Well, that's
stop
what
with these
people-
rumors.
that's- people do.
Just for the record, too, and people, again, it gets to who you know and how they know. The ASAP crew is not suckers.
No.
They come from a background. ASAP Ferg's dad was with the 121st Street crew, Hustlers. You understand what I'm saying? So they come from that. They're built like that. So I'm not saying that he did it, but everybody think he's a sucker because he's kind of abstract.
Because he's not. He's
You
not. He
understand
don't.
what I'm
Rap,
saying?
he's not like that hardcore.
Yeah.
Street rapping dude. And they think he's
from Harlem.
he's in the fashion and he's dating Rihanna.
He has
now.
changed.
So they look at. But see, I bet you they don't look at ASAP Ferg like that.
No, Ferg is strictly.
So you know what I'm saying? They look
I
at
like
Rocky because
Ferg.
he's a little, like say he's abstract. They might look at him like a St. John, like in that genre where he's not really that. They don't think he's street like that. Or they don't think he's really.
And he said things. He's been in jail with Casanova 2 times before. So he's been in prison before. So he's built like that. And he don't take no ish.
I don't know. I hope it ain't true. 'Cause it
I
just
pray
seems
it's
like-
not true.
Especially now when I'm about to have a baby.
It just seems like I don't.
But even with what you just said, goes that sounds like, and I'm not a lawyer, but if they don't know the ifs and the ands, all that is inadmissible.
Circumstantial to some
Yeah,
degree.
if he get a good lawyer, you know he's gonna have top lawyer.
I mean, and plus, if you're out on, they talking about walking from on the street, there's got to be cameras somewhere. Like everywhere got cameras now. Like you are on camera everywhere in America.
But Rocky,
Like we thought this was in like other countries. Like I know, like say in China, you're under facial recognition everywhere you walk. Certain cities around the world, you're under face. In America, you under the
Everywhere.
same thing
Yeah.
now. So,
But let me say this to
Cameras
the up
everywhere.
and the young rappers, man, make the money. Like,
take the words
realize
out of
who
my
you
mouth.
are now. Rocky, you are international star. Then he get in a little trouble beefing with somebody coming off a plane in Amsterdam
about
or
to say
something like
that.
that.
no,
something.
wasn't that he got in a fight with somebody.
Yeah, and even though it's somebody
nah.
else's fault,
Yeah, no, that other dude ran up on him.
Yeah.
The guy. That one, I don't blame him because you got to defend.
Agreed.
You got to defend yourself.
But it was just who he was
And who he
and
was,
where he was.
and then he got locked up, and then he
Yeah.
got released, and he had to do something. But it's crazy that people expect athletes, entertainers, to just accept fans BS.
Exactly. Just like with
Like-
Kyrie the other night, getting fined for what he did.
50,000.
But you know,
50,000.
and I said to somebody before, I said, yo, Kyrie got to learn to just let it that. Like, you got to realize the NBA do not want you giving the middle finger to the fans.
But
No, they don't care. Like the fans are gonna boo. They can say whatever, but
see, that's
the
not
NBA,
cool.
it's not cool. But if you don't mind getting fined, cool. Do what you're gonna do. But you got to realize the NBA don't want that market because they're not going to show the camera of the people in the stands.
But
giving the finger.
but see, that's
you give them the double finger. It's like you could have went about it. NBA could say you could have went about it a different way. Like he could have went to like LeBron when they said something about LeBron.
just about to-
He
I'm
went to the
just about to
refs
say
and was
that.
Carmelo
like, get them out of
Anthony just
here,
did
about to
that
say
in
that.
and then
Philly.
they
But
kicked them both out.
But see, that's the thing. See, the NBA then has to. It can't be a one-way street. You can't tell me that a fan could sit here and abuse me verbally, say what they want to do, but I can't do it. Like if a
The fan
fan
will
is
get kicked
doing
out.
that, get them out of here.
They will get kicked out
Otherwise,
if you bring to their attention. They will get kicked
Yeah,
out.
like you're not gonna tell me
So
that.
what I would have done if I was him, he was taking the ball out, I might have just stopped with the ball and just turned around and just looked at the ref and be like, I'm not playing this game unless
Well, yeah, you can get him-
unless
you can get him
this
tossed.
guy out. And Carmelo just did it too. Somebody was saying something bad about Carmelo and he stopped the game and get that player out. I do believe as a fan,
Because if
you can heckle. But you can't heckle
yeah, you can't be
ridiculously. You can't
disrespectful.
racial slurs
Yeah.
and all that. You can
because
yell,
if I
he a
get mad,
bum.
because if I get mad and go up there and smack fire at them, then they want to sue me. But you just said something reckless out your mouth, like you think you're not gonna get fired. It's like that's what I'm saying. You can't. At the end of the day, these players are human beings, and so you can't tell me to be a robot when I'm a
People
human
have to
being.
realize that. These
And then you want to
players,
fine me $50,000.
They don't owe you nothing. They're out there entertaining you.
Yeah, I get it, but at
Like,
the, at
no,
the,
I'm just saying
at
that
the
I'm
same
talking about
time,
the
you gotta
fans.
respect me
I'm
though.
saying the fan. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying the fans. The fans get the thing like players owe them something.
Yeah, no, not at all.
But Pete, I will
They're out
say
there
this:
playing. You can boo.
Yeah,
You,
absolutely.
You can boo.
what you're saying
And in
is
Boston, it's sorry to cut you off, Joe.
No, go
but
ahead.
in Boston, it's a whole different because they've been going back and forth. When Kyrie was in Boston for a couple of years,
Yeah.
how he was him and the fans always had a back and forth,
Mm-hmm.
and then so they ain't like the way he treated the team, and
But yeah.
basically quit and then sat out and left. So that's a whole thing.
A whole nother
That's a
metrics,
whole.
yeah.
And then it's Boston and New York.
Yeah.
New York don't like Boston in
Boston.
any sport. Like
Nah.
Yankees
This is
and Boston
true. Yeah.
goes back and forth
Yeah,
crazily.
yeah.
Like you're gonna hear some crazy stuff yelled at you.
I've heard of people getting jumped and beat up, being
But-
and that's
New
another
York
thing,
stuff.
too, but-
Take that off.
fans don't have respect for fans.
Yeah.
So and I'm not saying it's right. Everything you're saying morally is 100% right, P. But there's a certain level as a professional,
Man,
you're
I'm
looked
not trying
at
to hear that.
as that's what they pay you the big bucks for.
Nope, you don't pay me. I've said that with any job I've ever worked. I don't get paid to be abused, and I've been in a position of management most of my life, and I've always said that if you, as an owner of whatever the establishment is, think that to make your money, I'm going to let people come in here and verbally abuse me, you are out of your mind. You were crazy.
What about
You could come
heckle?
to it.
You don't heckling's not bad
Heckling is different. I
got
listen,
you on that.
Heckling is different.
because some
But-
people
but
heckle
when
all
you-
the time.
When you get to a level of disrespect, the man in me is going to say, "F this job," no matter what the job is, whether it's paying me millions of dollars, hundreds of dollars, hundreds of $1,000s. I'm gonna say F this job because at the end of the day, I'm a man, and you're gonna show me some respect. I'm not gonna. My respect is worth more than whatever the money that you pay me.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, but when you're talking about these sports leagues, and they based off image and making the money, we don't want you doing that. You got options, so you can do it. We ain't gonna kick you out, but you're gonna be fined. Like you're gonna be reprimanded. That's what's gonna happen.
So basically, you got fined $25,000 a finger.
Mhm.
Like that's ridiculous.
And he said some disparaging things in the press conference. What Ghost said is really the truth.
I mean,
it's
and
the
then he was-
image.
then he was going in the locker room.
Cursing.
Somebody said something, and he was like, "Suck my." I was like,
Oh wow.
Yeah,
and even
Kyrie
people in
is-
the media was like, "Yo, Kyrie you got to let that shit go with the fans." Like
And-
certain ways,
Yeah, you don't.
you got to just like, all right,
do that, dude.
because you got to think like, all right, we're all adults, and adults in the room. You give everybody the finger, okay, cool, but then you got little kids who gonna watch it on TV. So that NBA just worrying about image.
Yeah.
They don't want their players like the image like when Ron Artest, like I love Ron Artest and fucking
Steven Jackson.
Steven Jackson
Yeah,
and
sure.
all of them when they went to Detroit because the guy threw the big. You right, you don't throw nothing in these athletes and expect to get
Yeah.
away with it.
Yeah.
I see, but then I also see the NBA side. We don't want people turning on and seeing a melee because it hurts our image. Like, because there's ways to handle it.
See, the thing always about the corporation is this. The corporation feels like you should eat whatever for the customer, which is AKA in this instance, the fan. Absolutely, like that whole saying. I don't know who came up with this bullshit.
Customer's
that
always
the
right.
customer's always right. That is hell no. And I would tell them to say that is absolutely wrong. I would have people say, "Well, the customer's all right." You are absolutely not always right.
No, it's definitely not always right.
And that
But
is
that's,
just-
that
but-
was always the.
But that's the thing. So that's the mentality though of these corporations because they want to make the money. Hey,
Right.
listen, the customer is always right. So what they spit in your face and called you a nigga and said you got black babies. It's okay because I'm getting paid off of that. So you it's all right. It's all right they spit in your face and they called you a nigger and you got black babies. It's all right. Like no, it's not okay. You know what I'm saying? That we got to get past. Like people got to do better. Like I said, for every action is a reaction. So you cannot do something to someone that you know you should not do, and then when they do something back that you don't like, or maybe they shouldn't do, or you don't think they should do, you think they did wrong.
That's a good
And
point.
that goes to NBA. That goes to whoever. That goes for owners or whatever.
Fair enough.
Yeah. We got anything else? We got any more stories over there? Fuse?
No, we did A$AP Rocky.
Yes.
Okay, we can bring up that Drake. There's a release track.
Did you have that over here? No.
I ain't had a track
didn't
yet.
have a track.
A release Jack Harlow track that has a Drake feature on it, and basically he's taking shots at Pusha T again. So I mean, it ain't going to. It's the Drake people who fans online. They love it and they're saying they bring it up. Oh, he sold more. He got better albums than Pusha T. But then a lot of people are like, "Yo, it's been 4 years. You lost that battle.
Pusha even said
Like,
that.
let it go."
I saw an interview with Pusha. I forgot who was interviewing. It might have been No Jumper or somebody was interviewing. And he was like, I'm done. Because they asked him, so you telling me, no, it might have been Ebro in the morning. And Rosenberg said, if you saw him at Fridays and y'all were eating or at a restaurant somewhere, would you say something to him? Pusha was like, nah, there's nothing to say to him. For what? We ain't talking. And he basically said, well, as far as he's concerned, don't expect no answer. Nothing. He doing him like Nas did Jay. I hate to say it. He crushed him. That song, I love that song too.
You
That
cannot
song was
like it's 4 years later.
yeah.
And then be like, I feel like I didn't get what I wanted to say off, and it's just coming off like you just hurt. Like you really just cemented that he won that battle because you still talking about it.
My thing though is why are jokers who aren't really MCs coming at people who are really
Now,
MCs?
wait
No.
a minute. Hold up.
Now,
Wait. Who you talking about, P?
I'm talking about
Drake is spit, man.
I ain't gonna fly.
Drake-
Drake can rap. Drake is
He's
a good rapper.
dope.
He's dope.
He can rap.
But then there's
other people's stuff. Drake doesn't really write. He raps other people's
no.
songs.
See, I'm not going.
Stop.
He
I
did-
disagree.
There has
We
been
gonna
some.
beef on
there's
that.
there's some albums that he did. That somebody did write for him. Yes, but Drake has also wrote for a lot of people.
Drake is dope.
Drake is a good artist. But there's certain people like it's okay to lose. Like it's okay to be like, all right, Pusha a better rapper.
Absolutely.
Drake is better making commercial songs, and
Point blank,
Push
yes.
is a better rapper. I like Pusha better.
Absolutely.
Now, if you
That-
talking
but-
on a street level, like
Come
8
on,
Mile style,
You're not messing with Pusha.
I will put Pusha on that. But my whole thing with Drake, he's a great songwriter. For this era, arguably I'm not the biggest Drake fan, but for this era,
Drake
He's huge.
he
Drake is
might
probably
be the
the biggest
greatest
artist
of this era.
He might be the biggest hip hop artist
And I
in the
mean,
world.
he making money. He all over the playoffs at the Super Bowl. Like, he's sitting with the big celebrity. Every time I see Drake, he with somebody big. He's next to Jay. He's sitting next to whoever, wherever. So I think he deserves some respect. But on the street level, you're right. Will he win in what's the name of that battle thing? Will he be in there going off?
What, versus?
Not versus
Smack?
the Smack.
Oh.
He get 8, but he ain't a bad artist.
Actually, I got something else. So it says in a new interview with Revolt Drink Champs on Friday, Snoop said he removed Death Row music, including his 1993 debut Doggy Style and Dr. Dre's similar to Chronic, from traditional streaming services. Y'all hear about that? So basically, since he's taken over for he bought the but so he's taken all the music off of the streaming platforms. Because he's saying that they don't
pay
really
artists enough.
pay artists.
That's interesting.
Like I said, now we talked about it before. I think next thing he's in the bind
And-
because like you said before, he owns the label now, so he will be getting more money than artists.
But hold a second before you even finish that, because I forgot to put the other. So where he did put the stuff for right now, he put it into the metaverse right now. That's so.
What's that?
You don't know what the metaverse?
No, they're gonna
yes.
make this metaverse real.
Yes.
So okay, that's another play for this.
Yeah, exactly.
So now, if you want to listen to it, you're gonna have to join the metaverse,
Metaverse
and create your little the characters,
Yes.
buy your little world to get into it.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes. Well, somebody paid $500,000 to live next to him in the metaverse.
But then you can also, like, he's been in the metaverse early.
Yes.
Like, this metaverse is going to be real because people really just want a virtual life.
Yeah. I mean,
So
It's
Ghost,
crazy.
you
Like,
know-
it all started with The Sims. You think about it. Think about
Yes.
the evolution of this
Yes.
stuff. It started with The Sims, where you
Sims.
basically created a little computer character where you went to work, you built a house, started a family, did all this. Now it's just evolving.
Yeah.
And now your
real
now
life.
your
So-
online metaverse is basically going to be, you got to use your cryptocurrency to buy property.
Wow.
And you got actual characters that you design, and you basically living.
What's funny to me, now that you saying this, I saw my nephew. He came in this past weekend. I went by his house, and I said, well, not his house, but I went by him and his mom's house, his mother's house, and I saw him, and he brought his PlayStation 5. So I don't have a 5. I just got the
Yeah,
what is 5? 5 is the latest one.
Yeah.
So I got the one underneath that. But he showed me this junk. He's playing the video game. He created a character, gave him a BS name, but it's a picture of him photomatted on the NBA player.
Yeah, on NBA Live.
But what's dope,
yeah.
there's a scene where he walked around a city on
Yeah.
like a board going all over the place where he met other people. Y'all wanted to play ball, walk into the store, sit down. So is that like,
So it's either I don't know if that was
This
NBA.
metaverse?
I don't know if that's NBA 2K
it's the newest one,
because
22.
I've seen people who they've made their own character. The character is their face. They're playing on the court with the Lakers, playing with LeBron, looks like LeBron. And they basically got your whole life. You get your house, you get your girl, you go talk to your agent, you buy a car. Like,
Are in trouble.
it's the evolution of these games, man. It's becoming
Well-
becoming real and more. We're living in the Matrix.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen this movie, and I can't remember the name of the movie right now to save my life. But basically, the movie was everything that we're talking about right now. So everybody had avatars that actually went to work, did this, did that, dated, did everything. And the actual host stayed home. The host never left their house.
Wow.
The avatar is the only one so they lived their life through their avatar.
Think about it.
And if you actually seen them, like when you come, they show pictures of people going into actually how they look crazy. They wasn't washed and they just look,
Think about it though.
like they
The
just,
real person.
The
No,
real
but-
person looked crazy.
Think about it. You're buying a house in the You're buying property in the metaverse.
Yeah.
So you basically you live next to me, pay all this money. You gotta use cryptocurrency, right? Say you start a store in the metaverse that you're selling stuff that people can use in the metaverse. People paying you cryptocurrency. You ain't gotta leave. Your whole life
Is inside.
can be in the metaverse.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have a store. You got stuff you can sell, it's gonna be like you living there and you can make money and live and like you're just not even like
That's
you're not leaving your
scary.
house.
That's scary.
Yo, it's a real it's
That's scary.
It's horrible because
you're living in the Matrix.
You're living in
And then there was one.
I can't remember the name of that movie.
Yo,
to
this
save
is
my
a true
life.
story. It was a lady who made an avatar. She was in the metaverse. She was getting sexually harassed by other people in the metaverse, right? Crazy. So now they had to put there's like a personal space bubble around your metaverse
Are you
character.
kidding me?
So people can't come within a certain distance. Like,
Yeah.
nah, because they said, yo, they were getting harassed in the metaverse, but they felt like they had to leave.
In the metaverse.
Yes.
You know,
Yo,
I'm
this metaverse
done,
is
man.
real, man. I'm telling
moving
you.
to the moon.
You say you're going to
But
the
then also
moon.
think I didn't know about that play with Snoop in the
Yes.
metaverse. All right, so I can see where you can get more money on that. But also, I think he could be making a stand and saying that, hey, my artist ain't, because he's cutting his own money off by saying I'm taking it off streaming because he
Yes.
owns the label, and
Exactly.
owns the catalog.
Exactly.
But he's feeling like if the artist ain't getting paid right, then why should he basically exploit that?
They
Yeah.
do need to up
I
the
also
prices.
think it's another. I think it's another play because now that you got Death Row, you got the whole catalog. Dre, how much do you think Dre might want his catalog back for the Chronic and everything? Because he left all that there when he left Death Row.
Yeah. He also said that he wanted to start his own app also,
Yeah.
a Death Row app.
If you got the catalog and the content,
I'm gonna
you
be
might
honest.
as well.
I don't think, and I might be wrong on this, because sometimes when people are rich, they want every little bit more that they can keep getting. But I think Dre is probably like, you know what, Snoop, do your thing on that, because his money don't come from his music. It does, but a small percent of it
Yeah,
came.
but think about how much of that catalog
Where-
he left behind, how much money he
Yeah,
left.
He left. Yeah.
But what did Dre?
he just had a divorce.
What did
Yeah.
Dre amass his billions from? Mainly, was that headset, the Dr. Dre?
that pushed
when
him over
that
the
pushed
top.
him over the top. Yeah.
But Dre mastered a lot of his money from his catalog.
Yes.
Okay.
Because look how many people he reduced.
He produced a lot of people.
But then he just get divorced. We had to pay his wife some crazy amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
He got to try to make that back.
We got to figure that out. We got to stop with this madness. This, no offense, ladies, but offense. Y'all, the laws is just too crazy. You don't deserve half of nobody thing, especially if you came in, they was already rich. You better try a quarter
that's the
percent.
thing. Well, no, that's the thing. So
See,
if you so let's say like with my business right now, my business, is still starting off. Say it turns into like a Amazon, and even though it's my business,
Speaking into existence. I love that.
I've put all the money into it, invested all the time into it. If Maria and I were to get divorced, she would get money from that.
Half.
Half, because of sweat equity, they would say, because she was there when I started it, blah blah blah. So,
But I respect that.
Even if no, because I'm saying even if she never came in there one day and worked, or if she did like she does now, like help me out every now and then, because of that, they would say, oh no, she deserves half.
look how much
That's
money.
just, that's just the way.
Look how much
it
money.
goes.
Well, and see, people were mad at Jeff Bezos
Bezos.
with his
His
wife.
wife,
got that money.
wow.
But they don't realize when he started Amazon, his wife worked and helped him with accounting.
Yes.
So see,
So she
stuff
helped
like
him
that, I
behind.
can
Yes.
roll
But,
with.
okay, but after a point when you weren't doing that no more,
Yeah.
are you entitled to $1 billion?
She got more than $1 billion.
No,
She
I'm
got
just saying.
a
I'm
few-
just saying.
yeah.
I'm just saying
Yeah.
at that point.
That's why they
But
say
then
you
also
better-
you got to look at it
cheaper to
where
keep her.
if you have kids and she took care of the kids in the house,
Yeah.
that
was exactly.
that does a lot because you know what, everything she did at home freed you up to be able to do what you did.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of times people look at the money side of it, but you got to look at the other
whole
part
picture.
of it
Yeah.
that is not captured
But what makes me mad is why isn't there enough men doing it?
because
I only heard of one guy doing
a
that.
lot of
Well, we're
times
married.
a lot of times the man is the breadwinner because I
Married
mean
and
this is the
Man,
world.
stop
Wendy.
with
No,
that.
this is the world. I'm telling you, a lot of times, either one, if a male gets divorced, he don't ask for it,
Man,
or two,
We're different.
Pamela,
or two,
I'm
it's
coming.
like most of the time, the male in this society it makes more money, and a lot of times, like I said, a lot of times the man might not feel like, oh, nah, it's not really manly.
It's
if
different.
I ask for it, so you might leave and you making less, and you're not gonna ask for that.
Shout out to Kevin Federline.
Just even with parenting who has legal custody. So if a woman has custody, 9 times or 8 times out of 10, she's gonna, her and her father split. She's gonna put the father on child support. But on the other flip side, most of the time a man won't do that.
Nope.
I could tell you right now. I know because I know somebody who should have somebody on it, and they won't do it.
Yeah. They won't. Yep.
Mother ain't doing nothing, but still, it's like, nah, I'm good. It's just men are different. We think different, So like, so in that case,
we let pride,
absolutely,
and ego step in, and
when
it should be the right way. Like, hey, fair is fair.
Fair is fair.
It should be two parents take care of a child, whoever the child, no matter who the child's with.
Yeah,
everybody has a responsibility.
Yeah.
Now, if say I was married or whoever didn't have a job and weren't working, I'm not going to throw them in jail because they can't get possible. I'm not going to press the issue.
Yeah.
But I know if we both making good money and I got custody, yeah, then you should.
A woman will make that guy put him in for child support if he ain't got a damn job,
put him in
and
jail.
we'll go to jail.
Yeah, you go to jail, you lose your license, can't get a passport, whole bunch of things. So we're gonna go into one more story before we get out of here. So I don't know if you guys heard about this or seen this interview. So DJ Envy and wife Gia Cassie discussed sex life and fake it in the bed. So apparently, I guess the way it goes at the beginning of their relationship, for some years, DJ Envy's wife had been faking it every time, and she told him on the interview basically. So he's thinking he was putting it down.
Come on, man.
And
why do we need to know?
You know why?
Well, they got a book coming out.
My only issue. Why you bring it up on the interview? Like, I hope they discuss this.
Well, he's talking about it too, so I'm guessing.
I hope they discussed it. Like,
I guess that they
probably
must
in the book.
Yeah,
it might be in the book, but I mean, like, okay, so I was like, this wasn't like the first time he's hearing.
No.
It
wasn't a blind side. But even still,
and be like, if y'all did that off camera, like they did that before when they were writing the book, and was like, okay, we did the counseling,
yeah,
and we want to work through our issues, and you said it then, okay, I could deal with it because that's like not in the public. But if you just bring that up in the middle of an interview that a whole bunch of people are watching, like you
mean if she jaded Pinkett Smith them?
Ooh. And didn't Mano just go through this? We was just talking about Mano and what he said about the slave. Oh, that's right, P. You wasn't here. Well,
he was talking about
the slave
fantasy.
mentality. That's his fantasy. But my whole point is,
Jesus.
I know books need some juice to get the sales going. But Envy, you're popular in the New York area. Shout out to Envy, he's cool, but it ain't like.
And I guess he figured he married and he ain't he ain't out there messing around no more. So I guess he don't care as long as he got her. I don't know,
right.
But still, like, yeah, we ain't putting no story out there like that. Like that ain't happening. You ain't.
That's wild.
You ain't gonna be clown. Ain't everybody gonna be? You getting clowned, dude.
Yeah,
you're gonna get clowned. I don't care if you say, "Oh no, now we figured it out and I fixed it and I make her every time now." Nah,
and to be truthful, women are notorious for faking.
Yeah,
that's something that's been going on since the beginning of time.
Mm-hmm.
And ain't nothing we can do to guess whether it's right or not. Now, when we complete it.
No,
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Men fake it too.
I assume the only way you can fake it if you got a condom, you can do the whole and then hurry up and pull out and then just like, all right, I'm done. And breathe hard and everything.
Like,
it
just wasn't that much this time, baby. I guess I was on.
Get a squirt bottle of lotion when she ain't looking. Her face is in the front of the pillow anyway, and be like, "Oh yeah, that was
like
good."
I was a little low today, baby.
It's like, baby, that feels like my Jergens. No. And then hurry up and wipe her back. And shit.
just spit on her back.
Yeah.
Then go get the towel real quick. They ain't gonna go looking.
It's a shame. It's a shame.
But yeah, that's like.
Oh, and one other thing
I don't want to read about in people's lives.
It's just like D.L. Hughley said, man. It goes back to the discussion with Will and Jay. Whatever y'all put out right now, Envy can't be mad if Cats is like,
they're gonna make
making fun of him
and some memes.
He gonna be a comedy show.
Yeah,
a comedian gonna make a joke about it.
And I don't want to see him jump on stage
have,
and punch somebody.
I'm about to just have thick skin. Cause like you said, if you put it out, you gotta have thick
See,
skin.
but you can't be if you put that out there. You know, brother, jokes gonna be coming.
Agreed.
Yeah. Well, my brothers, it's been another amazing night here with you guys. Always a good time, always informative. So everybody out there, we appreciate you guys for checking us out tonight. Also, and I actually just realized I didn't read none in the chat, but actually we didn't. It's all right.
I don't have my phone. My phone was.
Everybody, check us out again next week, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on WPKS1.com. Live in the Cipher Hip Hop Wednesdays. We want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. We'll see you next time, guys. We out of here.
Peace.
Yo, man, it's got to be that real hip-hop feel, man. Get these levels right. All right, something like...
You will now go back to when rap music had hard beats. When it was called hip-hop.
Live in the Cipher. Oh. Wednesday night. Gotta get it right, live in the Cipher, chills on the mic. You got cash, I'm worth it, pay me. You can't outfox me, so say that for Jamie. BKS1Radio.com, hot like fire, kids, so ring me along. Got the industry corner with our own damn opinions. No Serato, it's authentic, when late night is spinning. The truth, the real, hip-hop ain't dead, and if it was, we resurrected it. It's back to the essence, the bare essential. Storm Norm is the leader, we call him the general. Smooth P and Ghost, we rate and review. So if you're scared to spit the 16, don't come through. Ooh. Represent the real hip-hop. Represent the real hip-hop. Represent the real hip-hop. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for the hottest hip-hop show on the net, live in the Cipher, baby. You got my man, Chill Mr. Keep It Real, Ladies Love, Smooth P, Short Fuse, DJ Late Night, and your man, Storm Norm the General on BKS1Radio.com, where we represent the real hip-hop.